Aditya Kashyap, heir to a wealthy but broken family, is depressed and suicidal as he walks out of an important company meeting. He wanders aimlessly and boards a random train where he meets another passenger, Geet Dhillon, a jovial and talkative young girl. Deeply lost in his thoughts, Aditya gets off the train at a random station. Geet tries to get him back aboard as the train is about to leave, but both end up being left behind. They reach the next station via a cab to catch the train, but they miss it again. Uddharan, then approached by a man on a motorbike who believes Geet to be a call girl. She spots Aditya in a distance and runs to strike up a conversation. The man on the motorbike leaves her alone thinking she is with Aditya. Geet blames Aditya for the mess and insists he accompany her to her home in Bhatinda. Aditya agrees to it. They put up at a cheap local hotel for the night where he opens up to her about how his girlfriend ditched him to marry someone else. Geet wins him over with her theory of self-love and he lets go of his reserved nature. She tells him of her plan to elope with her boyfriend Anshuman because her family won't accept their marriage due to religious differences. The next morning, they set out for Bhatinda and bond along the way. He tells her that he's the heir to a late wealthy industrialist, Dharamraja Kashyap. He further confides his company's financial troubles to her, and also discusses his mother's extramarital affair and subsequent elopement issues. At Geet's house, her relatives are immensely grateful to him for bringing her back and ask him to stay with them for a week. Her grandfather, Suryendra, suspects they share something more than friendship, but they both deny it. Her family decides to fix her wedding, but an uninterested Geet pretends to be in love with Aditya too and drives away the groom. She runs away from her house the very night and plans to see Anshuman. Aditya tries to dissuade her, fearing her family will suspect him and get him arrested. She, however, convinces him to help her elope. The two of them arrive in Manali, Himachal Pradesh, where Anshuman stays. She tries to take Aditya along to introduce him to her fiancé, but he bids farewell so as not to get his heart broken because he had fallen in love with her. 9 months later, Aditya is shown to have successfully revived his company's financial status. He now enjoys a renewed optimism towards life. He has also reconciled with his mother and gave back her position in the company. Geet's family sees him in a brand launch event on TV. Her uncle locates his office and confronts him as to why Geet never returned home after they eloped. Although he's unaware of her whereabouts, Aditya promises to bring her back in the next 10 days. He returns to Manali where he learns that Anshuman had turned down her proposal because he had no plans of getting married. Aditya traces her to Shimla where she is leading a quiet life as a schoolteacher in her former school. He notices that she has changed and has become numb to emotions just like how he was few months back. He takes her to a hotel and advises her to let it all out by rebuking Anshuman for his actions. She hurls abuses at him over the phone, and as they go on to share an intimate hug in the heat of the moment. The next day, Geet realizes Aditya is in love with her. When asked, he admits it but also assures her that his feelings won't ever get in the way of their friendship or affect their lives. Meanwhile, Anshuman attempts to start afresh. Uncertain about him, the three of them leave for Bhatinda together. Her family is still under the impression that she had eloped with Aditya and she repeatedly fails to tell them the truth. Geet is also confused about her feelings for Aditya and therefore she meets him at night so that he can help her understand if she loves him or Anshuman. Aditya advises her to talk to Anshuman the next morning. The next day, Aditya sets out on his way back home after uniting Geet and Anshuman in private. Anshuman tells her about their plans to marry. As a train passes by, Anshuman's words get drowned out by the noise of the train. Geet realizes that she loves Aditya and not Anshuman. She runs to Aditya, confesses her love, and the two of them share a passionate kiss. Anshuman leaves the scene confused and hurt. Their wedding takes place with their family's blessings. They are shown to have 2 daughters. The film ends with Suryendra telling his 2 great-granddaughters about how mischievous their parents were and how he knew they were in love all along. Geet and Aditya nod in agreement as they share a smile.